I opened the door, humming softly, expecting the familiar warmth of home. "Hey, I'm back," I called, dropping my keys on the table. Nothing. Silence. Strange. I stepped further inside. And then, I saw them. In his arms. Laughing. Laughing like they shared some secret I'd never be part of. You're unbelievable," I heard her say, and I froze. My chest tightened. My stomach twisted. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. Couldn't speak. "Who's there?" she said, finally turning. Her smile faltered. "Oh." I didn't even hear myself speak. What is this?" My voice cracked. "This? Oh, it's nothing. Just us having fun," she said, stepping back. "Fun?" My hands were shaking. "Is this how you call fun? Betraying me?" He laughed awkwardly, stepping aside. We weren't." Don't explain," I snapped. My heart was pounding. My mind screamed. I wanted to hurt someone. Anyone. She looked guilty now, but the guilt didn't erase the pain. I didn't mean. Didn't mean. I repeated, my voice breaking. "You didn't mean to ruin everything. You didn't mean to destroy my trust." Her eyes filled with tears, but I couldn't care. "Not now. Please, don't yell," she whispered, reaching out. I pulled back, shaking my head. "Don't touch me. Don't come near me. You've already done enough." He muttered something I didn't even hear. I didn't care about him. My world had just collapsed, and he was irrelevant. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. I wanted to vanish. But I stayed. I had to see it with my own eyes. How long? How long has this been going on?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. She avoided my gaze. "A few months. A few months." I echoed, each word burning my chest. "You've been lying to me for months." Her lips trembled. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't want to hurt you." I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound. "Hurt me? Hurt me? You've destroyed me. You've humiliated me. Right here. Right now." They both fell silent, but the silence only screamed louder than any words could. My mind raced. All the memories, the late-night talks, the laughter, the plans. I had built my life around her, and she shattered it. I wanted answers. I wanted to strike. I wanted to run. But mostly, I just wanted it to stop. Stop the pain. Stop the betrayal. Stop everything. "I trusted you," I whispered. "I gave you everything, and you threw it away. Like I meant nothing." Her tears fell freely now. I'm sorry. I never wanted this to happen." "Sorry." I spat. "Sorry doesn't fix anything. Sorry doesn't erase the lies. Sorry doesn't undo the nights I spent thinking you loved me." I turned to leave, my legs heavy, my heart heavier. But one last thought burned inside me. I would not let this define me. I would not let this break me completely. Something inside snapped. A vow, fierce and silent. One day, she would see the cost of her betrayal. I didn't know how or when, but I knew one thing. I was done being powerless. And with that, I walked out. My world had ended that night, but my fight had just begun. That was the moment everything changed. Weeks passed, but nothing felt real. I moved through days like a ghost. "Hey man, you okay?" my best friend asked. His voice was gentle, but I couldn't answer. I don't know," I muttered, staring at the floor. He shook his head. "You can't just disappear like this. Talk to me." I can't even think straight," I whispered. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her, saw them laughing together. That image burned in my mind like fire. Why did she do this to me? I said aloud, even though no one had answers. "People make mistakes," my friend tried. "Mistakes? This wasn't a mistake," I snapped. "This was betrayal. Complete betrayal." I replayed every moment, every conversation. Was it something I said? Something I did? Did I not love her enough? My hands shook. "You loved her. You loved her more than anyone. Don't blame yourself," he said, but his words didn't reach me. Even at work, I felt the weight of whispers. "Did you hear about him?" someone muttered as I walked past. I clenched my fists. Shame, humiliation, anger. They twisted inside me. My heart ached, but my pride burned. At night, sleep was impossible. I stared at the ceiling, reliving their laughter. Why me? I whispered. Why would she leave me like this? Anger bubbled beneath the sadness. I wanted to yell, to fight, to destroy something, anything. But I knew that wouldn't fix me. I sat down at my desk one night, staring at my reflection in the window. The man I saw, he was broken, humiliated, used. But he was still alive. I can't stay like this, I whispered to myself. I won't let this define me. I began to make a plan. Quietly, slowly, every step calculated. Every move designed to rebuild what she tried to destroy. If she thought she could break me forever, she was wrong, I muttered. I started exercising, reading, learning skills I had ignored. I became sharper, stronger, more aware of the world and myself. I watched my own transformation silently, like a seed growing beneath snow. She will see me, I said one night, voice firm. She will regret leaving me, and I will be ready. Every humiliation fueled my fire. Every sleepless night, every whispered insult, every glance of pity from others, each became a brick in the foundation of who I was becoming. I didn't speak of revenge yet. Not openly, but in my mind, every plan was forming. Every scenario played over and over. I will rise, I whispered. Not just for me, but to make her see what she threw away. And with that vow, something inside me shifted. Pain became purpose. Heartbreak became strength. The man who left my heart in ruins was gone. In his place, I was building someone unstoppable. But what happened next shocked me. I packed my bags without a word. No goodbyes. No explanations. Just me, a suitcase, and a heart full of fire. Where are you going? My brother asked. His eyes were worried. I need space, I said. My voice was flat, but inside, everything was burning. Space. After everything that happened. Yes, I whispered. I can't stay here. Not like this. I left the city behind. The streets, the laughter, the memories, they all became ghosts I refused to chase. Alone, I started waking up before the sun. Another day, I told myself. Another step closer. I ran. I lifted weights. I pushed myself until my muscles burned and my lungs screamed. Why are you doing this? My trainer asked one morning. Because I have to, I said, panting. Because I can't be that broken man anymore. I read books on business, psychology, and self-defense. Knowledge is power, I muttered. Every word became a weapon, every lesson a shield. My mentor, a sharp, no-nonsense man, stared at me one day. You think you're ready? I have to be, I said. I can't fail again. Not at life, not at myself. Late nights became my friend. Early mornings my armor. I worked while the city slept. I studied people, watched how they acted, how they lied, how they envied, how they loved. Jealousy, I whispered one night. It destroys, but it teaches. Pride, it blinds. Desire, it traps. I smiled faintly, almost cruelly, at my reflection in the mirror. You'll see, I said. She'll see. She'll never underestimate me again. I didn't reach out. I didn't brag. I let my absence speak. Every time she crossed my mind, I clenched my fists. Pain transformed into purpose. I made risks I never dared before. Investments, career moves, learning new skills. I threw myself into challenges that scared me. Comfort is the enemy, I told myself. Fear is the fuel. Friends tried to check in. Hey man, you okay? I'm fine, I said, calm and composed. Inside, I was building an empire from the ruins of my heart. Every hour, every day, I became stronger, sharper, untouchable. The boy she betrayed, gone. The man she left behind, he was rising. I imagined her face when she would see me years later. Her shock, her regret. That vision drove me further than any anger ever could. She'll never forget me, I whispered. Not the pain, not the man I've become. And as I closed my eyes each night, I knew one thing for sure. I was no longer a victim. I was the storm she had no idea was coming. Little did she know, everything she left behind was turning into the very thing that would make her regret underestimating me. And what happened next would change everything. I stepped off the train, my heart steady, my mind sharp. The city hadn't changed, but I had. I walked past familiar streets, unnoticed, blending into the crowd. I'm back, I whispered under my breath, but no one knew. Not her, not anyone. Excuse me, wait, a voice called softly. I turned. It was her. No, not her. Her old best friend, Mara. She froze for a second, then whispered, I thought you were gone for good. I said, calm, but business brought me back. She hesitated, then glanced around nervously. I have something you need to know. About her. I raised an eyebrow. Go on. Mara glanced down, then leaned closer. She's not happy. Not really. Everything looks perfect on the outside, but her voice trailed off. On the outside? I prompted. What do you mean? She's pretending. Pretending she's fine. She's struggling. And that man she left you for? He's distant now. They're not what they seem. I felt a spark inside me. A plan forming. And you're telling me this? Why? Because, she whispered, eyes intense, you deserve to know the truth. She made choices, and now you can choose yours. I nodded slowly. I've already chosen. I'm not here to beg. I'm here to rise, to show her what she lost. Mara's lips trembled. You really have changed. I can see it. Stronger, sharper. She'll notice soon, whether she likes it or not. I smiled faintly, almost cruelly. She'll notice. And when she does, I want her to feel the weight of every mistake she made. Be careful, Mara warned. Don't let anger control you. But, yes, make her regret underestimating you. I never wanted to be underestimated, I said. Not by her, not by anyone. And now, every move I make will remind her. We walked together briefly, and she whispered more secrets, small betrayals, lies she had told, moments she thought I'd never find out. Each revelation fueled the fire inside me. She's scared of losing control, Mara said. And you're going to take that from her without even touching her life openly. I nodded. I'll let her see me, my success, my life, quietly. But every glance, every whisper about me will remind her of what she threw away. Mara looked worried. This isn't easy. People notice change. People talk. Let them talk, I said, calm. This city doesn't know me yet. But soon, it will. And she will feel it. The regret. The shock. The power she thought she had over me, gone. Every step I took, I imagined her seeing me. Every success I quietly built, every smile that hinted at confidence, every word that showed control. It was all part of the plan. And when she realizes, Mara asked softly, she'll remember, I said. Every laugh she shared without me, every lie, every betrayal. Karma is already gathering, quietly, and soon, she'll confront it head-on. That day, walking through streets I once knew, I felt it. A storm was coming, and she would have no idea it carried my name. What happened next would shock her, and I was ready. I was sitting in my apartment, reviewing my plans, when Mara's words replayed in my mind. Everything was falling into place. The city, my rise, her world unknowingly bending toward me. I felt unstoppable. Then, I found the first letter. Who's this from? I muttered, opening the envelope. Her handwriting. My heart stopped. No, this can't be real, I whispered, scanning the words. She had tried to reach me. Years ago. Written letters I never received. Confessions. Apologies. Regret. Longing. Every word stabbed me. I sank into the chair. She thought about me. All this time. Are you okay? Mara's voice came from the doorway. I don't know, I admitted. Look at this. She tried. She wanted to tell me everything. Mara nodded slowly. Yes, she did. And she never stopped thinking about you. I held the letter tight. I don't understand. How could she betray me and care at the same time? She's human, just like you, Mara said softly. People make mistakes. They hurt the ones they love, even when they don't mean to. I shook my head. I've built everything to make her regret me. I planned every step, every success, every glance meant to remind her of what she lost. And now, this. Now my plan feels hollow. Maybe it's not too late to face her truth, Mara whispered. Face her truth. I repeated, my chest tight. Do I even want to? After everything. Her words lingered. Could the woman who abandoned me really have changed? Or was this just another manipulation to make me weak again? I don't know if I can trust her, I admitted aloud. After the betrayal, how can I know this isn't just another trap? Mara stuttered me. You don't, but it doesn't mean you ignore it. You need to decide what you really want, revenge or closure. I stared at the letter again. Every line was filled with longing, with regret. My mind flashed back to the pain, the humiliation, the sleepless nights. And still, a small part of me ached. I thought I had buried that part of me, I whispered. The part that loved her, the part that wanted her. I thought revenge would numb it all, but it hasn't. It's alive, stronger than ever. Mara's eyes were steady. Then listen to it. Don't let pride or anger decide everything. I clenched my fists. My careful plans, my calculated moves, my silent revenge, all of it felt fragile now, like sand slipping through my fingers. I'm not naive anymore, I said slowly, voice low. I won't be hurt again, but I'm human. I feel. I care. I still care. The storm inside me raged. Anger, longing, betrayal, love, they collided. I realized revenge might not bring the satisfaction I imagined. Do I continue? I whispered. Do I play the game I built, or confront what I've been hiding inside? Mara placed a hand on my shoulder. Only you can decide. But whatever you do, don't ignore your heart. I sat back, staring at the letter, my mind torn. The man she left was gone, yes, but the man she found here, he was human, still capable of heartbreak, still capable of love. And in that moment, I knew one thing. Everything I thought I understood about this story had changed. I wasn't ready for what I would do next. I walked into the office lobby and froze for a second. Not because of the building, not because of the crowd, but because I knew she was here. My heart beat fast, but my face stayed calm. Do you want some coffee? A colleague asked. Not right now, I said, scanning the room. And then I saw her. She looked up, and her eyes widened. You? She whispered. I smiled faintly. Yes, it's me. She turned quickly, pretending to busy herself with papers. I knew the act. I had seen it before, the shock she tried to hide. Look at you, she muttered under her breath to someone nearby. You've changed. I walked closer, slow and confident. I have, I said, voice calm. Stronger, smarter, maybe too strong to ignore now. Her lips pressed tight. I didn't expect. Expect what? I asked. That the boy you left would come back and succeed. She faltered. I could see it. The hesitation, the small, unguarded glance she tried to hide. I let it linger. Power had shifted. Impressive, she whispered finally. Really? Impressive. I chuckled softly. I'm glad you noticed. Years ago, you dismissed me. Now, I think you're realizing what you lost. A coworker passed by. Hey, did you see him? Looks like he's doing really well. She froze. I watched her, sensing her internal struggle. Pride, shock, a twinge of guilt. She couldn't hide it. Why are you here? She finally asked, voice low. I'm here for me, I said. Not for revenge, not for punishment. I'm here to live my life. But if you notice me, it's on you. Her eyes widened, and I smiled just a little. That small tension, the regret she tried to suppress, it was delicious without cruelty. I didn't need to attack her. My success, my presence, my calm confidence was enough. You've changed everything, she said, almost to herself. Yes, I said softly. Everything I lost, everything I went through, It made me who I am now. Stronger. Untouchable. She swallowed hard, and I could see the shift in her. The past decisions she had made, the lies, the betrayal, the humiliation she inflicted, they were catching up. I don't know what to say, she whispered, voice trembling. You don't have to say anything, I replied. Just see it, feel it, and remember what you lost. I turned away, holding my head high. I could feel her watching me, wanting to call out, wanting to apologize, wanting something. But I didn't need it. I had grown stronger, not to punish her, but to protect myself. The power had shifted, and for the first time, I realized that my strength was mine. Not hers, not anyone's, mine. And in that moment, I understood. Revenge wasn't about hurting her. It was about taking back my life and never letting anyone hold it from me again. That was the moment everything changed. I found her standing by the window, staring at the city below. The same city we had dreamed about together, once. My chest tightened, but I forced calm. Hello, I said, voice steady. She spun around, eyes wide. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm here, I said, taking a slow step closer. To talk, face to face. Her lips trembled. I'm sorry. I never meant to. Stop, I said gently, raising a hand. Don't. Just listen. Her eyes filled with tears, and I felt a flicker of the old me, the one who would have reached for her, begged for answers. But that man was gone. I want you to understand, I began, voice low but firm. Every choice you made, every lie, every betrayal, every humiliating moment, you need to feel it now. Not through words, but through me. She swallowed hard. I regret it. Every day. I didn't know. I didn't think. You didn't think. I echoed softly. You left me broken. You humiliated me. You laughed while I was in pain. And now you stand here, expecting forgiveness. Her tears fell freely. I just wanted to tell you. I'm sorry. I wish I could take it back. I let her speak, listen to every word, every shaky breath. Her apologies didn't move me. Not yet. Not entirely. You see me now, I said, voice stronger. Not the boy you abandoned. The man you underestimated. I've built my life, my strength, my confidence from the ashes of what you tried to destroy. I succeeded despite you, not because of you. Her hands shook. I had no idea. I never realized. I stepped closer, eyes locked on hers. And now you do. Every whisper, every glance you give me, every word you hear about me, it's all proof. Proof of the cost of your actions. I can't undo it, she said, sobbing. I never wanted this pain. I know, I said calmly. But that's the point. You can't undo it. You lived your choices. I lived mine. And through it all, I grew. Stronger. Untouchable. Free. Her gaze fell, shame and sorrow written across her face. I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to fight. My presence, my success, my very being spoke louder than any words could. I'm not here for revenge, I said softly, taking a final step back. I'm here for closure. For justice. For the life you tried to steal from me. I claimed it for myself, and nothing you say can take that away. She fell silent, tears streaming down her cheeks. And in that silence, I felt it, the weight of her choices, the truth finally sinking in. You've changed everything, she whispered. Yes, I said firmly. And I survived. I grew. I am unbroken. And that is my answer to your betrayal. That was the moment everything changed. I walked away, calm, victorious, not with anger, but with a heart finally free. I watched her from a distance, quietly, as life began to unfold in ways I had once only imagined. She stumbled, small setbacks that mirrored the pain she had once caused me. I didn't laugh, didn't gloat. I simply observed. She's struggling, Mara whispered beside me. Yes, I said softly, but that's a journey, not mine. I focused on my own life. Meetings, projects, opportunities one had chased for years, they finally began to bloom. This is what freedom feels like, I whispered, smiling. Do you ever think about her? Mara asked. Sometimes, I admitted. But it's different now. No longing, no anger. Just clarity. I nurtured relationships that mattered. Genuine friendships and mentors who had supported me long before the betrayals. These people, I told myself, are my real life, my real happiness. She called once. I let it ring. Not out of spite, but because the past no longer dictated my actions. She's realizing a lot, I think, Mara said. Yes, I said, watching her make mistakes, face consequences, and finally confront her own regrets. Karma wasn't a plan I enacted. It was a natural balance of choices and consequences. I remembered the nights I had spent broken, the humiliation, the anger, the sleepless hours replaying her laughter and lies. Those moments had almost destroyed me, but they had also forged something stronger. I'm not the boy I was, I whispered. The boy she left behind, is gone, replaced by someone who knows his worth, someone who cannot be broken again. Every letter I didn't receive, every betrayal, every setback I endured, they shaped the man I became. Not out of revenge, but out of survival, self-respect, and growth. Mara smiled faintly. You're at peace, aren't you? Yes, I said, nodding. I finally am. She sees it too, maybe not fully, maybe not in words, but she feels it. And that's enough. Closure doesn't need applause. I walked through the city streets I once wandered broken. Every step felt lighter. Every glance, every passing moment, reminded me that life had shifted. I was no longer defined by her choices. I was defined by my own strength. She will learn, Mara said quietly. But you've already learned everything you needed. I looked up at the sky, taking a deep breath. Yes, I learned to forgive, to grow, and most importantly, to protect my heart. I don't need revenge to feel whole. I am enough. Karma had done its quiet work, not through cruelty, not through malice, but through life itself. And as I moved forward, I realized that freedom, peace, and self-respect were far more powerful than anything I had ever imagined. The boy she left behind was gone forever. I had become a man who could never be broken again.